Hi guys and girls, Rose Burnett here from Mind, Body, Soul Balance, and I thought I'd share some kind of pearls of wisdom with you as you go into your weekend. It's Friday here. It depends on where you are in the world. And if you don't know, I don't only read the tarot, I'm also a transformational coach. And I guess I wanted to talk to you about the freedom that you have in terms of choosing your life path, life purpose, because I often get questions about what is my life purpose, you know, in terms of people asking about questions when they want a personal reading done, also on my YouTube channel. And, you know, it's a really great question to ask, and how do you tap into it? And I wanted to share a story with you today, because the first thing I did this morning is got my feet on Mother Earth. So if you also don't know, I have my own fitness and diet programs as well. So I exercise 6 to 7 days a week. Yeah, it's part of my vitality, how I raise my vibration, but it's something I love to do joyfully because I like to be in great shape and in fitness. But I went to one of my favorite places today, which is kind of like a bird sanctuary. It's like very native and natural, and they have these great big towers set up for ospreys. And if you don't know what ospreys are, they're a huge bird of prey. And if you've listened to me before, you'll know that my spirit guide or spirit animal is the eagle. Yeah. And why do I share this with you? Well, one showed up joyfully for me today, but it wasn't until when I first started my walk, and it brought up the reason about freedom of choice. And as I started my walk, I thought I saw one, but I definitely saw these two big ospreys that I'd seen sitting in this great big nest like a week or so before. They were flying around. What's most interesting is when you've got birds of prey flying around, the little birds come out all like beep beep chirpy chirpy, I'm gonna bite your tail, right, because you're in my space and I'm scared of you, which kind of leads you to that thought of how majestic and these animals are when they fly, you know, that the smaller prey or birds get fearful of them when they show their magnificence. And it's kind of like us in life as well. But anyway, so I walked along, and on the way back, it was literally about 3/4 on the way back before I finished my walk, that this beautiful eagle started flying. He was above me, right? I caught him in my eye, and I turned around to stop and watch him. And I was hoping that he'd come closer, but he just kept flying up. Yeah, so I thought, all right, I'll continue on my walk. And there's a part where you've got to cross this. It's all it's estuary, so it's kind of it's river, right? But there's all parts where the water just flows in. There's lots and lots of bird life, and so it's this little jetty or bridge over the water, but it's only a foot off the water. Yeah. And as I stopped halfway, I could see him, and he was quite a bit in the distance. And I thought, well, what is it about eagles that really lights me up so joyfully? And if you don't believe in past lives, that's totally fine. That's up to you. But I've seen that I've had many, many, many past lives. And in the most significant ones, even from a child at the age of 6, I've had this deep affinity with eagles, yeah. In my past lives, I was able to draw eagles to me. So I've always had this dream, this fantasy that I'll put my arm out and an eagle will come to me. I'm also an energy healer, so I'm thinking, oh, can I get my energy to bring him over? Do you know what I mean? Like draw him closer to me. Anyway, so I put my arm out with I use my hands, yeah, with the energy, put my arm out. But I was reflecting and contemplating on why is it that I have such an affinity with the eagle. And he was swirling around in the top winds. I was just appreciating the beauty of him. And I just looked at him and I thought, you know what it is? It's just that absolute pure freedom that an eagle has. They can go up so high. No other bird can get up there, right? Apart from pelicans can get there. But birds of prey, they go so high up in the tailwinds, yeah. He was floating around beautifully, and you can't tame an eagle, yeah, no way. I think he realised, he kind of got drawn to me because he realised I was the only one out there, and I was standing there for a while watching him. So he did come closer. He came closer. Did he get near me? Was he going to fly over? No. Why? Because he's wild. Yeah, he's like, no, I'm not going to be tamed by anyone. And so he backed off a bit, but he was still flying around. I was watching him, and I thought, yeah. You know, and when I was on my walk, when I saw the eagle, I was actually having a conversation with the big fella upstairs, you know, God. I was talking to my angels and spirit guides, and often we can get so engrossed in terms of our mindset and what we're saying to ourselves in our head. And I was talking to the big fella about abundance and material wealth, and I was also on the walk, you know, in my headspace about relationships, which we can often do. It's a part of a practice for me to let go. But it totally pulled me up. And it was about being present, and because that's what I try to do joyfully, is to always bring myself back to the present. I realized in that moment I wasn't being present at all. And the big fella up there, it's like pulled me up and going, well, hang on a minute, girl, we're going to give you an eagle, which certainly you'll notice because they're one of your most favorite things, yeah. And so I pondered on that as well. And I guess the freedom of the eagle, it kind of like, I align with them because I'm an entrepreneur, and I haven't always been an entrepreneur. There's always been a bit of a conflict between doing the right, sane thing, yeah, and being totally unconventional, following your own path. And watching that eagle, it brought to me that and being present, yeah, is that in every moment we have a conscious choice how to live our life. We don't need permission from anyone apart from ourselves. We have absolute freedom in our life to create what we want to create. Don't ever forget it. And the birds that were, the little birds that were annoying the osprey, and when the eagle flew over, the reason I noticed him is because there was 2 other birds trying to attack him, yeah? Because people also get frightened and get scared and fearful of other people that do amazing things, of other people that follow their path, have the courage, the strength, the faith, and the trust to follow their own path, not knowing how it's going to turn out, but they just give it a go. Everything you have within you in terms of what you want to do in your life is within you, always has been. You don't need validation from anybody else. You need to tap into who you are. You need to listen to your intuition and your guidance. But it takes an enormous amount of courage. It's not a path for everybody. There are people that will never step out of their path. But if you're someone that's going and yearning to do more than what you're doing, you've got to be like the eagle. You've got to fly. You've got to soar. You've got to just brush off those people that want to bite your ankles and bite your feathers and try and nip you as you're flying up. Yeah, you just got to fly higher and keep flying higher until you're soaring. And you will get there, absolutely will get there. But often it takes, you've got to have some wind under your wings. It takes a bit of effort. And I guess I just wanted to share with you that, that eagle can be part of you. Do you know what I mean? It can be your path, your life purpose is to soar, fly and soar, rather than being down the bottom with all the other little birds trying to bite your ankles and your wings, But in every moment, it's also about being present and you can't live in the past. You can't live in the future. It's not set. You can certainly create a future that you want to create, but it's in the now. Nobody needs to give you permission to do what joyfully lights you up. And I think in that moment, what I was most grateful for, truly grateful for, was nothing to do with material wealth. It was the freedom of being in that place to watch that eagle soaring above me in the most majestic beauty and freedom and strength, but just pure joy. He was having pure joy up there in those tailwinds. Being able to watch that, being able to be out in the sunshine, being able to have a day that's flexible, that allows me to do what I love doing. Even if sometimes I'm thinking, even for me, well, hey, what am I doing next? Am I slacking off in this moment, or am I joyfully lighting myself up? Do you know, we can always have that tussle with ourselves, or do I just enjoy it and go, this is the most amazing moment, and I'll get to do it whenever I feel like I need to do it, because that's the life I've created. Can you create something like that for yourself? Absolutely. Takes strength, takes courage, takes trust, takes faith. It takes a choice. And within you, at every moment, you've got a choice. So I kind of wanted you to think about that. And if you can this weekend, get your feet out on Mother Earth, somewhere beautiful, ponder your life path, your life purpose. Are you on it? Are you living it to the best of your ability? Are you soaring and flying like an eagle? Are you nipping at other people's feet, going, I want to be you, or I want that, or I want that? But rather, you want to be up there, like doing that, yeah? And if that's you, ask yourself, what's your next steps that you're going to take that are going to bring you closer to soaring and flying with the wind under your wings? All right, my darlings. I just wanted to share that with you. It's so dear to me. All right. Much love, much light. Namaste.